Shandani 10 Investment Group versus Anderson Hines and Universal Hoods doing business as Caribbean Bites. This is just a matter of the service questions.
Yeah,
Mr. Tsai.
we'll go ahead and withdraw our motion for default on the company on Universal Hoods. Just want to get the judgment against Mr. Hines personally, and I've sent over the lease to Ms. Campbell. It's got a personal guarantee at the very end.
Okay, Ms. Campbell, do you mind opening that document and sharing the screen so that we can show? Just want everybody to see. Mr. Hines, I just want you to be aware of what is personally binding you or making you obligated to for this judgment. Okay, so you can see it. So as soon
I've
as
also redacted social security numbers, so it should be fine.
Thank you. Okay, withdraw motion for default versus company only versus Mr. Hines.
Hold on just 1 second.
Okay, can you please direct us, Ms. Desai, to?
It's the very last page.
Okay, so if we could scroll down. Okay, personal guarantee. All right. Oh, let's see here. The undersigned will well and truly pay. Okay, I've seen the part I need. Okay, can we go down to the signatures? Okay, Mr. Hines. All right, Mr. Hines, do you see this document here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you acknowledge that that is your signature on this lease?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Based on that personal, it looks like you stated that in the event that your company fails or goes into default, failing to pay rent, that you would be personally responsible for the rent payment. Okay, so I think that they've showed me sufficient proof that they are entitled to a default judgment against you for back rent that is owed. Okay.
Okay.
Mr. Thai, do you want to? Do you have your witness here regarding the amounts?
Yes, Mr. Yasha is here.
Right. If you could raise your right hand, sir. Your other hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, I do.
All right. Thank you. Go ahead, Mr. Tsai.
Okay. Mr. Shaw, was the amount of past due rent owed by Mr. Hines $11,100?
Yes, it was.
Okay, and does the lease account for late fees and interest? Does the lease allow for late fees and interest?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
There's a clause in there.
Okay, are late fees in the amount of 1,100?
Late fees are in the amount of 10% of the rent.
Okay, right. So in this case, it would be 1,100.
Yes.
And we've got accrued interest through the time of filing the dispo at $195.24. Is that accurate?
Yes.
And the lease also allows for attorney's fees in the amount of 15% of the amount due. Is that
yes,
correct?
that's correct.
And that or reasonable attorney's fees, and the amount we were claiming in the dispossessory is $1,750. Is that accurate?
Yes, that's accurate.
And I believe litigation costs are $345.70.
Yes, that's accurate.
And court costs are $69.97 for a total amount of $14,560.71.
That's correct.
Okay. All right, Mr. Hines, I know you didn't file an answer, but if you have any questions for Mr. Shaw, if you'd like to ask him some questions now, you're welcome to.
Yes, also, that lease, and I have another lease from his father. That when the lease was expired, they gave me another lease, and I just found it.
Yes,
hold on, Mr. Shaw, there's a newer lease than the one he's just talking about?
Yes, ma'am.
There's an amendment to the lease.
A month to month. I don't know if they ever give it to you, attorney. Mr. John Shaw gave me that lease after the first lease was expired.
Hold on a second.
So there's a more recent lease?
There's not a new lease. I think
I have a copy of it. I have copies of it.
Can you share?
Email it to Ms. Campbell and let us take a look at it?
I cannot email it right now.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
today's the day, man. So this is the, I mean, this is the hearing.
Yes, I don't have
Does
it
it
here.
change the terms?
Yes, ma'am.
In what way? In what way does it change the terms?
Well,
of
it's a
the,
month-to-month lease and he doesn't have all those clauses inside of it.
But is it just an amendment to this lease or is it a whole new lease?
A whole new lease.
No,
Like the first lease was expired and Mr. Shaw come and give me a month-to-month lease.
right, but the terms are the same. I mean, the rent actually was different, but
The rent would increase.
Right.
After that was, so that lease was
Right.
expired and he give a new lease and then the rent was
but
increased.
the 11,100 is
For the
in-
new lease.
Right.
Which I understand, but all those clauses was not in the new lease.
It's just an amendment, sir. I can email it to Ms. Campbell right now. It's just an amendment.
For the new lease?
Yeah, it's not a new lease. It's an amendment to the existing lease. So everything in the existing lease stays the same, and the only thing that really changed was the rent.
No, when
And
I
then-
read it, he didn't say that. He didn't say it was.
I'm
a
gonna
new
send
lease.
it right now.
She's gonna send it, so Mr. Sai is stating that this is an amendment to the lease that you had, your original lease. Is this the document, the most recent document that you signed off on with the landlord? You are muted, just FYI, so.
There's any way I can scoop up to see that signature on that lease?
Yes, if we could scroll down to the signature page.
Yes, ma'am.
It does look like it's a month-to-month addendum, but if it's just an amendment, it's gonna include. It looks like you did sign it, sir. Is that your
Yeah.
signature?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So if it's just an amendment to the original lease, then the original lease is gonna be. This is just an add-on, okay? Like it doesn't
Okay.
negate the other terms in it, okay? All right, so we can stop sharing now.
Okay.
Okay, so I feel comfortable at this point entering a default order. So you're no longer seeking against the company, is that correct, ma'am?
That's correct.
Okay, all right, so there'll be a default judgment against Mr. Hines in the amount of $14,560.71. Unless Mr. Hines, did you have any other questions? I'm sorry, I forgot to.
Yes, we couldn't come to the agreement about the payment because right now I'm not working and I said I can pay $600 a month and they said they cannot accept that.
Okay, well, this isn't a payment, so this would just be a judgment. Hopefully if you can pay it voluntarily, they may choose to not take collection efforts against it, but this is this may be a judgment that they can start trying to collect on, that kind of thing. It's just like any other creditor, okay?
Right.
Okay, all
And I'm
right,
not
so again,
refusing, I'm just telling them I can pay $600 a month and they said they don't want it, so.
okay, and that may be the case, okay? So, Mr. Tsai, if you'd like to prepare a default order and just email that in to Ms. Campbell,
Sure.
please.
I think we had one. I just have to amend it just to take off
a little
the
bit.
universal hoods. So I'll send that in a few minutes.
Okay, that sounds good. Mr. Hines, Mr. Shaw, and Mr. Tsai, thank you for your time. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Judge.
you.
Thank you, George.